All right, guys. Many of you have been following the Bunnie XO, Callista, and Delisa Patrick story, and we have reached out and found several family members of the mother in that story. We actually just finished an interview with the sister of Miss Delisa Patrick, and we felt it in the public's best interest to bring these accusations to light. Please understand that the statements made by our guest are not necessarily the opinions or beliefs of the Patriot Punk Network, myself, or any of our affiliates or co hosts. Everyone is considered innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. We just felt that with what we were being told from sources within the school system, that there was more to this story. And based on the interview you're about to see, there is. So without further ado, here's the interview. Well, hey there, the Patriot Punk here with a very special guest, a Dana Warren. And of course, we have the co-host, Mr. Daniel Wagner. And
Hello.
I'm sure all of you have seen what is unfolding in Rutherford County right now with the Bunnie XO, the Jelly Roll, the artwork. And Miss Dana here is related to the mother, or was related. I'm sure she's going to tell us all about that. And she says that not everything is what it is appears to be. Now, for legal reasons, anything that Miss Dana says is not necessarily the opinion of the Patriot Punk Network or any of its affiliates. We are doing this. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. And we are just doing this to hear all sides of the story and try to get to the bottom of it.
That's right.
So, Miss Dana, can you first tell us who you are and how you became aware of the situation happening in Christiana right now?
Well, I'm Dana, and my sister is Delisa Patrick, the mother of the child, Callista, who Bunnie XO shared the story on Facebook from the TikTok that my sister posted. I became aware of this morning when a childhood friend of mine reached out to me on Facebook Messenger asking me if that was in fact my sister. Sadly, it is.
And when you say sadly, the situation right now, as it appears, or as it was originally portrayed on the internet, was that young Callista was suspended over some drawings that she made as part of a project. There may have also been something about an essay. My sources from within the Rutherford County school system have said that 95% of what's been said so far is not true.
And I have to absolutely concur with what they have to say. Growing up with my sister, she's been a pathological liar and master manipulator her entire life. So when I saw this, I say sadly, my sister, because it's very sad to see the extremes that she will go to garner attention and monetary gain if she's able.
Um, what examples of this can you provide us firsthand accounts from
I
in the
mean, it's one of those things I could write a novel. Where do I start? Growing up as a child, I remember at 16 years old, when my sister was 16, she got in a fight in school, in the bathroom, and then when the principal and VP found her, she told the school principal that my mother and brother had beat her up prior to school that morning. When DCF and the police department showed up at my house, asking us questions. My mother was at the hospital with my sister because she told them that my mother and father weren't feeding her. She hadn't eaten in days. She was employed at Wendy's at that period of time. They did blood work at the hospital and they said that 100% wasn't true. She definitely was well fed. She hadn't missed a meal. Another account is she shaves her head, which in the video, if you look, she's got the hat on, she's bald. She shaves her head, claims that she has cancer. Not true. She's claimed that, her children, each of them have all had some type of medical disorder, which has been proven not to be true. When her oldest daughter, Madison, was young, she claimed she had leukemia. Her middle son, Morgan, he supposedly had heart murmurs. That was found untrue. Callista, who is in the video that's supposedly getting bullied right now, which she may be getting bullied, but the fact that she got suspended for what she did, I don't believe. But Callista apparently was epileptic. That was found to be not true. It's just been a whole slew of things. And I mean, it's an ongoing thing with her, unfortunately. So I've kind of just stepped away from it. It's just, it's borderline psychotic at this point.
So I'm gonna withhold some of my devil's advocate questions at first, but I want to kind of ask, what have you done since you found out about it? You said you found out about it this morning.
Yeah, so I
found you through a Facebook comment.
Yeah, so a friend of mine messaged me, a childhood friend messaged me on Facebook, and then she tagged me in the post from Bunnie XO with the TikTok video. I immediately went to try to watch the video. I could only get about 2 minutes in. I couldn't stomach it. It literally was just so vile to watch. I'm disgusted that she brought her daughter into that and tried to publicize this with her child. I think that in itself, it's just sick. So immediately I took to the comments, to discredit her, because I immediately know how she is. I started calling my family, telling my family, you're not going to believe what's going on. They started taking to comments. I mean, it's just, so, we've all just been trying to be proactive and, shed some light on the real person behind this video. Because what you're seeing in the video is not in actuality who she really is.
Is it possible, and playing devil's advocate a little bit here, is it possible that maybe she has had issues in the past, but that this situation is true? Do you have any personal insight that would discredit this specific instance, or are you're drawing your conclusions just based on the pattern of behavior?
The pattern of the behavior, and my heart tells me it's not factual. I know the lengths of, desperation my sister will go to get attention. It's, from fake ports to shaving her head, and telling people that she has cancer, to, all the lies that she's told about her children being sick, so it's one of those things where, she's saying that her daughter has broken bones. It's like, if I don't see a doctor showing me that a wrist is fractured, anybody can wrap an arm, so if you don't have that legitimate proof, it's just hard for me to believe. But I also know that she's really good at manipulation and conjuring up fake documents.
Is there? Go ahead, Daniel.
I just have a quick question. What do you think the likelihood is that her daughter Callista is a willing participant in this?
Oh, 100%. I know without a shadow of a doubt. When my mother was in the hospital and I was visiting my mother, I literally witnessed my sister telling my mom, when they come, tell them you don't want to go to a nursing home. Tell them you want to come back to my house and live with me. You don't want to be in rehab. My mother needed to be in rehab. She was diagnosed, she had 7 surgeries for necrotizing fasciitis, and my sister did not want her going to a rehab. She wanted her coming back to her house. So I know how my sister will sit there and manipulate and feed you the information on a repetitive basis till you start believing it. So I 100% know without a doubt, shadow of a doubt, she is feeding her daughter, saying, okay, we're going to go on camera and I want you to say this, because I watched it happen for myself, so there's no doubt.
Right. And we know how impressionable children can be.
100%. Their little brains are sponges. They're going to do as they're told, especially when they're told by their mother or father what to do.
When you said that she has lied about having cancer before, How do you know that she's lied about having cancer? Has she ever admitted that to you, or how was she exposed for that?
Oh, there was a port on her, and it was always bandaged. And then I saw one day that the port was not actually the actual IV portion of the port was not actually, penetrating the skin. And I was like, well, that's a problem, and my whole family saw it. It was a family outing, and it was a big oops on her behalf. So that's when we were like, it's all, I mean, and this was going on for years, and it was one of those things where we were like, oh my god, this whole time it's been a lie. It's been a lie. Here we were grieving. Me and her have always had our differences because I was the baby. We're a family of 12. I'm number 12. She's number 10. So there was always a little bit of difference between her and I. But it was one of those things where we were grieving our sister, thinking that we were going to lose her, to find out that we've been stressed and grieving for no reason at all. So it was that moment that it was like, everything's a lie.
You said that she has in the past performed scams to get money. Can
Oh,
you
100%.
can
So with the cancer treatment, 100%. She did scams. I believe she even did a what is the GoFundMe? I believe she did a GoFundMe and got busted on that as a scam. But I mean, it's one of those things where I always tell people, if you have 16 people in a room, right? And you have 15 people in one corner and you have one person in another, and the 15 people say this person is crazy, but that one person says those 15 are crazy, like, who do you believe? You believe
generally speaking, the 15 people?
the 15 people. So, I mean, that's why I said that, when I took to Facebook today, and just started commenting, I immediately started getting, hit with a lot of backlash, a lot of people defending it. And I said, my only comment was the truth. The truth comes out in the wash. My mama always said that the truth always comes out in the wash. The
That's
truth
wild.
will come out. And when it does, that's all that is needed,
It's always,
and
sorry to interrupt. That's always wild. You're saying you're the family member. You're in the comments going, "Hey, I know this woman. I know what she's capable of. This is my testament." And people are like, they just want to believe this story that the schools are bullying her and everything else. So they won't even take it.
100
It's wild.
100%. I literally had a lady tell me, "Oh, I've had issues with my family. And they lied on me. It's sad that you're not. You don't want what's in the best interest for the child." And my comment to her was, "I do want what's in the best interest of the child, and I feel like DCF should probably step in at this point. They've already been involved in her life for like the past 11, 12 years, but I feel like they should step in." And immediately that because I said that, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe you said DCF should be called on your family. Well, yes, because I don't feel that those kids are safe. I don't feel like Callista's in a safe household. She's got a mother who's manipulating her and basically brainwashing her into things, but at some point everybody grows up and the truth comes out. But Summer, do you want to tell them what happened to you when you were little staying at Aunt Delisa's?
Okay, so I was climbing up onto the counters.
Face this way when you say it because you're talking away from the camera.
Oh, so I was climbing onto the counters to get food, and Aunt Delisa caught me, and she like grabbed me really quickly and was like yelling at me, and she hit me with the spatula, one of those plastic like Dollar Tree spatulas. And she hit me with one of those, and she was screaming at me, and she pushed me into a dog cage that was like low-key small, but I could still fit in it. And she locked me in the dog cage, and I was in the dog cage for like an hour and a half or something.
Wow. And how old were you?
I don't even remember, but it was
Like
before
she was about 2 at that time.
Wow.
That's a hell of a memory to have when you're 2.
Yeah, that dates back to like 2010.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you were about 2.
I was 2.
Do we have any supporting documents to prove this?
Well, my mother was alive. I'm sure she has a lot of DCF documents
I have memory.
that she says she has memory.
I'm just kidding.
No.
That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
That I have heard allegations that are also very disturbing, and I plan to try to get to the bottom of it.
Well, I'm hearing just based on what you're saying. Now, I don't know you from Adam, and I don't know your sister from Adam. But I'm getting some Dixie Rose vibes here, just in general. I mean, maybe not to that extreme, of course, but that's kind of
Super funny you say that because I literally was just having this conversation with my niece, and she said, "You know, when Gypsy Rose came out, I literally thought that's Delisa," and I said, "Me too." It
So
really is sad,
a lot,
sad fact of reality, but yes.
a lot of what you're saying lines up with what certain parents who have known her for quite a long time have also told me. Again, just because someone has a bad history, I'm actually going to quote a judge here from Coffee County. You know, even a whore can be raped between shifts. So uh, that doesn't necessarily mean that she's not telling the truth. But from what I'm hearing inside the school system, 100% we need to look into this a lot more. And with what
Absolutely.
you're saying about her past, I think someone should really scrutinize it. Um, she actually just tried to reach out to me. I reached out to her yesterday, early, trying to get comment with her,
Hmm.
and she just tried to reach out to me, and she said she's willing to talk to me. Is there anything that I should ask her?
I mean, I would feel like you would want to ask her, about her past, I mean, does she have a history of lying? Like, has she ever lied before? I mean, I just kind of want to know. She's a master manipulator, so I feel like she's playing this. She's that sweet person on camera, but off camera, she's not that person. So, you should ask her for the actual the facts. What does she really have to back this up, and what does she plan to do with the money she's getting? That's what I really want to know, because honestly, I feel like if Bunnie XO, what she's doing, I think is a great thing, but if it
absolutely.
was going in the right way, I don't feel like this is going, in the right way.
Like you said at the beginning of this, I think there is a serious bullying problem in Rutherford County.
100%.
And if this situation has been in any way manipulated, I hope that it hasn't. But if it has been, and this little girl has been exploited or anything like that, I at least hope that the celebrities will hang around long enough to maybe help start an initiative for anti-bullying with the school system. It's one of the largest in the state of Tennessee. It would be a great pilot program, and
Yeah.
and that would actually get something done.
That's where I would like to see the money go. Instead of a shirt drop and the money going to support this scam of a story, I would like to see the money collected and actually put to use that's going to help a multitude of children, and some curriculum and some education lessons and courses for these kids on anti-bullying, because it is an issue in the nation right now, and I don't feel like it's addressed and talked about enough, and that's where it would be more beneficial.
And
One of my main concerns is that Bunnie XO and Jelly Roll are getting involved in this, and if they find out later on after the fact that they got egg, they're going to end up getting egg on their face, and it's also going to give them uh, a lot of hesitation before reaching out and helping other people and using their position to help other people in the future. And that's what my concern is, that if they end up going through with this, that it's going to end up causing that dampening effect in the future,
And I
assuming.
feel like there's a lot of people just like me, that have experienced her. They may not have like the knowledge that I have growing up with her throughout her entire life, but there's enough people that have experienced her, over the years, that know exactly how how she is. And I would encourage anyone that, sees this and has information like this on her to come forward and shed more light about the person that she really is, because I 100% believe this is a scam.
the biggest victim in all of this is, in my opinion, Callista.
Calista,
And
100%.
and any of the innocent teachers who's been caught in the crossfire from the threats and all of the stuff that's spiraled out of control.
Which is really sad too. Just
Yeah.
not worth it.
Yep.
Would you like me
Yeah,
to?
because also I saw that shirt drop just happened, by the way,
Okay.
about 3 minutes before we went on air, and I noticed that they're like going for like $35 a shirt. So that's gonna add up real quick, and that's gonna. So I
Yep.
hope we can do something to stop that, and get the money in the right hands.
I just want to make sure it goes to the right place, not necessarily
Yeah.
stop it, but make sure that before it goes anywhere, that everything is as it seems.
Yeah, I just don't want it. I want it going. I would like what you guys want. It to go into something that's going to help the masses.
Yep. Well, Miss Dana, we appreciate it. And until next time, never mind the bollocks. This has been the Patriot Punkcast. Stay tuned because this is a doubleheader, and we're about to upload another interview with another family member.